Lisa here, and let's talk about your biological prime time and why that matters and what happens if you can't use it. So a quick refresher, biological prime time. Your attention and ability to do concentrated, tough, logical work goes in a sine wave. So when you're at your peak, you can totally focus on the tough stuff, the stuff that requires your brain to make logical connections. And then you come down to a trough, which is not the best time to do that, and then you'll come back up. And there's more to it than that. But in general, biological prime time is your ebb and flow of your energy and concentration throughout the day. So yesterday, I was doing a training out of town, and we started talking about biological prime time and how do you figure out what yours is and all of that. And one of the participants said, hey, what happens if I know my biological prime time, but I'm in meetings all the time during that time? So hers happened to be in the morning, and she was in a lot of morning meetings. She goes, what do? It's not like I can tell my boss I'm not coming to the meeting. And that's a really good question. So whether you work for someone else or you're the boss and have employees, what do you do when your biological prime time, that place where you can best focus, isn't available for you? Really good question. So just as a quick aside, if you're the boss, figure out what your employees' biological prime time is, when they are at their peak and their valleys, and schedule your meetings appropriately. Also, if you're the boss, think through that when you're scheduling meetings for yourself. But back to this employee's challenge, what happens if? And as a trainer coming into an organization, sometimes it's tough to know exactly what the culture is. And as I was trying to figure out how to figure out exactly what the culture is and what was and was not acceptable, some of the participants started to jump in with ideas. And one of the participants hit it on the head so well, and I want to share that with you today. And what she said was, I think this whole biological prime time piece isn't so much as about when is yours, it's also about when it's not. And maybe meetings are out of your control to some extent or to most extent, but you're not in meetings all day, every day. And it's how you use those hours when you're not in them is where you're going to be able to pick up your effectiveness and efficiency. And I thought, wow, that was a really great way of phrasing it. Maybe you can only grab that high energy, high focus time once a week. Well, that's more than what you were grabbing it before, because you didn't even know it existed. So even if you can only grab it once a week, knowing that the other part of the day is not your high intensity, high energy focus time allows you to put those other tasks in that spot. So my question for you, I have lots of questions for you. One of my questions for you is, what is your biological prime time? Like, when are you at your highest peak of effectiveness and efficiency? And have you matched your task to that location? And when are you at your lowest? And have you matched your task to that? Want help in that area? Happy, please reach out. We cover how to maximize the biological prime time for yourself and for your employees in the Impact Time Collective. And a new cohort is starting soon. I would love to talk with you to see if it is a good fit for you and if you're a good fit for it. So reach out, comment below, and let's have a conversation.